Assalamu alaikum. I am Luqman Qaida and this is Shaykhi Academy. In this episode, inshallah, we will explain the letter Lam. So, stay tuned.
Shaykhi Academy.
So, this is just to remind you that we are explaining using Al-Minhaj book, the Shaykhi Academy book. And we alhamdulillah finished until letter Kaf in the last episode, so we will start this episode explaining letter Jim. Okay, so our discussion includes 4 points as always. What is the point of articulation and how to pronounce it, and then we will discuss whether this letter is heavy or light, and then what is the counterpart of this letter in English, and the fourth point and the last point, what are the common mistakes when pronounce this letter. So let's start with the first point. What is the point of articulation and how to pronounce letter Lam? Okay, so as we know, if we draw here this face and here is the tongue, we know from the last episodes that the tongue is divided if the mouth is here. So the tongue is divided into 3 main parts. Okay, we have here the first part, which is the front of the tongue. Okay, and we have the back part and we have the middle part. Okay, so we can name all this part as the head of the tongue. So all this part is called the head of the tongue, while this part, which is the first part of the tongue, is called the front of the tongue. So we will make the front of the tongue, which is the first part of the head of the tongue, and the tip of the tongue touches what lies opposite to them. So the front, the head, this is the head, the first part of the tongue. We will take the front part with the tip of the tongue touches what lies opposite. L. Okay, how we pronounce it? As we said, to pronounce and to know any point of articulation of any letter, put Hamza before it and then put the letter in the sense of a sukun and then pronounce the letter. So L. What we noticed when pronounce this word L, we notice that the point of articulation of letter Lam is the front part of the tongue with the tip of the tongue touches what lies opposite to them. L. Okay, so let's now move to the next question, which is whether letter Lam is a heavy letter or a light one. Actually, letter Lam is a light letter, and in few cases it become heavy. In just a few cases it becomes heavy. Okay, but normally letter Lam is a light letter. Just the 2 cases we will discuss them inshallah in the part 2, not in the part 1. The part 2 of a book Al-Minhaj, that the Arabic reading book, will discuss these points. But as long as we are in the first part, just know now that Al-Lam is a light letter. Okay, so this is the answer of the second question. As for the third question, what is the counterpart of letter Lam in English? We can say that letter Lam somehow looks like letter L in English, but the light L, because there is a heavy L and light L. So the light L is what we meant here. It looks like letter L in English, but light ones, like word leg, the leg of the sound. Okay, so this is the counterpart of letter Lam in English. Okay, the last point we have here is what are the common mistakes of letter Lam, the Arabic sound. One of the common mistakes of letter Lam, okay, making it heavy when it should be light, because we said that letter Lam is mainly or basically is a light letter, but it's in few cases it becomes heavy. So we sometimes make it heavy not in these two cases. We sometimes make it heavy when it should be light. Okay, I will give you an example. The word al-latif, al-latif al-khabir, al-latif. Al-latif is a lamb. Okay, we hear some students and some people say al-latif, al-latif. Okay, and this case is not the case of making a lam a heavy letter. So don't say al-latif, but say al-latif, al-latif. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Holy Quran, ألا يعلم من خلق وهو اللطيف الخبير. ألا يعلم من خلق وهو اللطيف الخبير. Take care and don't say al-latif. It's Allah. Allah light, not heavy. So this is the first common mistake when pronouncing the letter lam, the Arabic sound. The second case, however, the second case of making a letter lam, of the common mistakes of letter lam, is making letter lam a light letter when it should be heavy. Okay, okay. An example for this is minallahi. Okay, in this case, al-lam, it should be heavy. Minallahi, 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 minallah, la, minallahi, because it's in the word Allah, and the letter before it has fatha, and this is one of the cases that we should make the letter lam a heavy letter when it comes in the word Allah, and the letter before it has fatha or dhamma. Okay, so minallahi. Some people say minallahi, 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 and this is wrong. You have to say minallahi. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Holy Quran, minallahi dhil ma'arij, minallahi dhil ma'arij, minallahi. This is in Surah Al-Ma'arij, minallahi. So this is the second common mistake, to make a lam light when it should be heavy. So take care of this common mistake. The third common mistake, however, is to make idgham or merging of letter lam with the letter next or the letter after, especially with the letter noon. Okay, because their points of articulation are close, so some people make merging or idgham. An example of this is the word anzalnahu. Okay, anzalnahu. You have to say in this way, anzalnahu. So this is the lam, and comes after it is a noon. So you have to say, to clarify a lam, anzalnahu. Some people make merge or idgham between them and say anzalnahu, anzalnahu. They make this merging, or what's called in tajweed al-idgham, anzalnahu. But this is wrong, and this is one of the common mistakes. You have to say it like this, anzalnahu, without merging, clarify a lam and clarify a noon. Don't merge any one of them. Anzalnahu, anzalnahu. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Holy Quran, كتاب أنزلناه إليك مبارك ليدبروا آياته. كتاب أنزلناه، أنزلناه. كتاب أنزلناه, not أنزلناه, no. أنزلناه. So take care of making this common mistake. So the last common mistake we have here is to making qalqala when pronouncing letter lam in the state of a sukun. Al-qalqala, as we know, is like a bouncing. Al-qalqala is like a bouncing the letter, and we have al-qalqala in the 5 letters in the Quran when they come in the state of a sukun, which is collected in the sentence qutb jad, qaf, ta, ba, jim, dal. And thus, a lam is not of the letters of qalqala. So you have not to make qalqala when you pronounce letter lam. But this is one of the common mistakes when people pronounce letter lam. They make bouncing the letter or the sound. An example of this is the word al-kitab. Okay, the word al-kitab, because al-lam here has sukun, so some people say al-kitab وأنزلنا إليك الكتاب إليك الكتاب, not إليك الكتاب. So don't bounce al-lam when it comes in the sense of a sukun, because al-lam is not of the letters of qalqalah. The letters of qalqalah are just 5 letters that are collected in qutb jad, qaf, ta, ba, jim, dal. Al-lam is not one of these letters. So now we came to the end of the explanation of the letter lam, and in the next episode inshallah we will explain the next letter, which is letter mim, in the part 24. So if you have any question, just let me know in the comment section below. See you inshallah in the next episode. Assalamu alaikum. Now we came to the end of this episode. So if you want to follow up the next episodes, consider subscribing. Also, if you want a qualified Quran tutor, whether for yourself or your kids, we are providing online Quran classes. Don't forget to check out our app. See you inshallah in the next episode. Assalamu alaikum.
𝐂𝐩𝐲𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬, learn and enjoy.